Okay. I'm not backpacking today. Just doing a day hike. Trying to increase my fitness so that I can go on a 10-mile hike. That's my goal. My other goal is to hike to Mount Katahdin, but these goals will work together. Oh, look. This is probably a blue jay feather. There's a big frosty mountain over there. I wonder if that's Moosaluk. Maybe yes. Today I'm in New Hampshire, over on the west side. This is part of the Appalachian Trail. Been listening to an audio book, a through hike on the Appalachian Trail. Now is about the time of year when people are beginning to do that through hike. They begin in Georgia and hike through all the states up to Maine. This is the middle of April, 17th maybe, and I have not been hiking. Just whoops, mud. Just whoops, rock. In the past, I felt sort of like I shouldn't go on the Appalachian Trail. Just leave it for the people who are actually doing the Appalachian Trail. Of course, in New Hampshire, some of the most popular trails go on the AT for a short way, so I did go on those and went to the huts and all that. But now that I've started reading the book and seeing on YouTube a couple hikers who are actually doing it now, making their way up, I think of it differently. I see those through hikers as through hikers. They don't necessarily... Is this a trail? Seems pretty rocky. Yeah, that behind me looks beautiful, like a trail. The through hikers might not really care at all about the trail in New Hampshire. They're just passing through. And they certainly don't care if someone else is on it. They probably like that because they might have someone to say hello to. Oh, I'm just getting a glimpse of the pond, and it's blue. Tremendous. Because at the end of the winter, often these little ponds look kind of black and creepy. I now feel more understanding a little bit about the AT, and I feel welcome to go on it as much as I like. In fact, it would be pretty cool. Oh, what bird is that? It would be pretty cool to do a section hike where that's where you don't have to do the entire AT, but you do the part where you live, you know, your section. I am going to opt to get off the AT and go up this hill, Webster Slide Mountain, which is that one. Now I'll follow the blue blazes. It's beautiful, and there's water because it is spring, early spring. This little mountain is steep. However, they've made the trail go all around the backside. When I'm listening to the book from the thru hiker or watching a video by a thru hiker, what appeals to me most is that they walk so long that they can eat whatever they want and still drop weight, which is maybe not the ideal reason to do that, but it is very appealing. When I'm at home, I don't think about the steep. I don't care if it's steep. I don't care if it's terrifying 25. I just care about the peace and quiet, the beauty of nature, and the exercise so that I become fit and healthy. Does it look boring? Look at that. There's no leaves. There's just brown dead leaves on the ground. There's not even any big exciting rocks or waterfalls. There's no paragliders or airplanes. I love that. I'm tired of the social media that shows overly exciting, overly beautiful moments. And oh, of course, if you're there and you see it, of course you do it too. But you don't. That's not all there is. Like, it's also so wonderful to see that. You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to be anything. You just already are. My current elevation is 2,200 feet. Well, I didn't expect to see a fireplace up here. The vibe, the feeling, the sensation here is pretty cool. It's like you're looking right down. This is probably one of those moments where the camera can't see it. That must be Mount Mist. Wow. Oh, the feeling here is unique. Oh, look at that. Is that a red pine? Look how big those pine needles are. That one over there is the red pine, and this looks like a spruce, looks like a red spruce. At least I remember. How nice that they're right together, just like in that last trip. I brought my backpacking stove because I thought it would be so fun to just make a little lunch up here. And it's lunchtime, but I'm not hungry because I went to Dunkin' Donuts. Just resting, having some water. That looks like an old maple syrup can. And the rest of this stuff looks like a stove. So maybe long ago, somebody was out here making maple syrup. I love maple syrup. Now I'm down in the valley again, and I'm just looking to remember that I was up there. Up there. It sure looks different down here. There's a beaver lodge there, and there's also, like right around here, a really big one. Maybe they're sleeping right now. That wind is chilly. One of the coolest things about this little hike is that as you approach, you get to see these views of this cliff face here. Once you're up there, you don't really see it, but it's exciting. And then it turns out that the trail to get up there isn't all that hard. People who are on the Appalachian Trail coming right through here, probably a lot of them end up staying at the couple hostels, which are right down on the road. Just today, I just feel dazed. You know, it's like, where am I? Where's the snow? It's a big adjustment. You can also smell now. The forest is coming back to life, so I can occasionally smell a pine tree smell. Or sometimes I smell an earthy smell, like decaying leaves, but in a pleasant way. I've been going a while, getting a little tired and hungry, and I have to go all the way down to what would be the valley floor, the river basin, if you can imagine like where that goes way down. But if I was actually on the AT, it would just be the beginning, and I'd have to go all the way up there to Moosaluk. And that'd be a lot to look forward to. There it is, the river valley. I made it all the way back down here. And that was good. My advice to myself is to carry the actual backpack, all this gear, on my practice walking at home, because the majority of stuff I'm carrying I did not use. I think I can pack this whole thing a little bit better and just be familiar with it. Just make that backpack an extension of myself. 6 miles. Hooray!